What's happening is that we have time, we have services being delivered, we have new works, capex, and then they fail because there's no one else, there's no cap manex, there's no direct supports. Then you have new works and then it fails. And we call this slippage. This word was invented in India. And I quite like the words, like you go there and then you slip back. You get where you want to, you increase your coverage, and then you slip back to lower levels of service. It's also being used in South Africa, and because we use it all the time, other people are also. It's what happened. Someone was saying, we had a meeting with the government of Uganda earlier this week, and one of the government officials was saying, well, actually, slippage might be an indicator. Your degree, so it might be an indicator that you want to track over time. Shifting to services that last, or moving from a system to a service delivery approach, implies you have capex and then you have some sort of maintenance, so you keep your service delivery at a certain stage. And if you have higher levels of ambition, you actually try, and your GDP of your country and economic growth, you can try to improve the services. Well, the consequences of slippage is that we have data from several organizations all over the world. On average, there's about 40% non-functionality of rural water supplies. In India, in some areas, it reaches 80%, 80. That means that 40% or 80% of your investments, and you can calculate how much is that, goes directly to the garbage bin. And that there are many people left without services, which previously had those services, or the quality of the service decreases in terms of quantity, quality, and reliability. If we look at it from a coverage perspective, and what we're finding also with the studies of WSP for the country sector overviews and our own studies, as coverage rates increase, you need to shift where you put your effort on your costs. So in countries where there's very low level of coverage, you want to invest in capex, you need to have your infrastructure there. But as the coverage rates increase, you need to start putting money into capital maintenance on one hand, and all the management and recurrent and your direct support on the other. There's always a bit here for capital expenditure because you want to improve services, you want to do extension, etc., upgrading. So there's always this. And what we are finding is that there's here a danger zone of stagnation, because a lot of the African countries keep putting on the capex, and Uganda is here. The government said, well, yes, we are stagnating at the level of, it's about 85% coverage. Because you keep putting in capex, but if you not maintain your other infrastructures, your coverage will never go up. Even with population, if you discount population growth, you start not moving beyond this, even with increasing your capex investments. And yeah, and this is happening in several countries.